Hey guys, welcome back to Rossoneri TV. I'm Joe and I'm here for the Derby della Madonnina match review, which ended 2-2 between AC Milan and Inter. Goals were scored by Suso for Milan, Candreva, and Perisic for Inter. A very disappointing draw, I guess you could say that, knowing that it came in the last 2 minutes of the game. But maybe some could say that the draw in the end was a fair result. In my eyes, I think these are 2 points lost, 2 points in which we could have done a lot of good for us. Would have momentarily put us alone in second place ahead of Roma. But at the same time, you can't be too disappointed with this kind of result after the type of performance that we had. Yes, we got 2 goals, but at the same time, I believe that we didn't do enough to win this game at all costs. I think that Inter came out strong, like I had predicted in the match preview. They came out strong to win this match, and they did all they could to get a result against Milan. In the end, this tie is probably going to feel like a win to them because coming in such circumstances at the death at the end of the game is definitely like a match won. You know, you didn't lose the match, you tied it. It's definitely very positive for them. Can't say the same for Milan though. Like I mentioned, I'm disappointed. We were at Bar Charo today with the Milan club Montreal, and it was good. It was a good atmosphere. I liked how everyone got together to watch the game, but you could definitely just feel the bitterness after that full-time whistle. Not the result that all of us were expecting, especially with just a few moments left into the game. But that's football. We have to accept the fact that these things could happen. The game is not done until the final whistle is blown, and a goal, it just takes 1 second to score, and that's exactly what happened today. Inter did it at the death, and it could have happened at any other moment in the match. Inter had a lot of chances in this match in which I believe could have been goals, and a goal written all over it. In the end, they did not get the goal during the game, but they got it at the death. So, you know, it could have came at any given time. It just sucks that we were just moments away from the full 3 points and getting a win in the Derby della Madonnina, but we have to settle with 1 point. Now, speaking about performances, I'm going to start off with Donnarumma because, of course, I'm going to go from goalkeeper up to the forwards. And these are just my personal thoughts on the players. Starting off with Donnarumma, I think he came out strong in certain circumstances, made some decent saves. Not much was asked of him throughout the game. However, he came out clinical in certain events, which definitely could have been easy goals for Inter. Problem with Donnarumma, and it keeps reoccurring game after game after game, and it seems like it's his only real flaw of his game style, and that is his distribution. His distribution is absolutely horrendous. Today, we saw very bad passes from Donnarumma. What needs to be said needs to be said, and this is something that I've been noticing a lot, like many of you probably have. The passes need to be better. A lot of times he was focusing on playing the pass close rather than kicking it up far. And I guess that is something that Donnarumma is kind of forced to do in certain circumstances. We don't have a player up front that could control the ball, like I was saying to some people today. Bacca, once he gets the ball, he can't control it. He can't create on his own. A certain suggestion could be to put Niang up front when Donnarumma is trying to do the goal kicks. He has a better control of the ball, more aggressive than Bacca. But then again, you know, Donnarumma was kind of opting for these short passes to either Payet or Gomez, and that just invites pressure. You know, Gomez is not the best player on the ball, and once you're passing it to him, sometimes he becomes a bit uncertain with what to do. That invites pressure from Inter, and that obviously causes the ball possession to go the other way. So that is definitely an aspect that Donnarumma needs to work on if he wants to improve his game. I've been saying it for a while, but it's definitely becoming evident as of recent games. As for the defense, not a bad game, but I think that Romagnoli's absence today was definitely felt. I think that the players did a lot of clearances overall, solid, but the sense of positioning was just horrendous, especially from certain players such as Gustavo Gomez. He didn't have a bad game, but positioning, especially on set pieces for Milan today, was absolutely horrendous. And believe me, I actually mentioned it to one of the admins today that our set piece defending was just horrendous overall. I was so surprised that Inter hadn't scored a goal yet. And before you knew it, at the last minute, Inter finally got their chance off the set piece and actually got the ball in the back of the net. So it was bound to happen. Our set piece defending was absolutely terrible today. I didn't like what I've seen from corner kicks, free kicks. I think Inter had too much of an easy chance. Certain times I saw Gustavo Gomez and De Chio not even jump or attempt to head the ball, and that just gave free headers to Inter. Luckily for us, they went either over the net or on the side, and it didn't result in goals. But overall, decent match, but I can't really give an amazing rating to the defense. As for the midfield, Kuchka definitely once again did a lot of the dirty work. Locatelli was all right. He showed some signs of brilliance, definitely some good control in certain circumstances. Needs to improve his game, that's obvious. He's still 18 years old, lots to learn still. But in my opinion, this is really a big match for an 18-year-old. Once again, just like the Juventus match, it's hard for an 18-year-old to actually do really well, but I have to be kind of satisfied with what Locatelli showed today. Bonaventura, on the other hand, once again, what a work ethic from this guy. Never stops running, runs like a dog, works like one too. Just amazing in all aspects of the game. Really gives that click to the forwards, gives that click to the whole team in general, gives that vibe that Milan certain times lacks in their gameplay. And I'm really happy to have a player like Bonaventura, one of the most consistent players to play in this Milan side from the beginning of the season. Once again, like I mentioned several times, not the best start this season for Bonaventura, but gradually he got better and better and better. And in my opinion, he was definitely one of the better players today for Milan. We saw Niang, Bacca, and Suso. Starting off with Niang, definitely a lot of work was put in from Niang. Made some decent runs, certain times a bit selfish. I think he could definitely opt for some passes, but that's definitely something that we have seen from Niang all season round. No surprises there. Niang just needs to improve on his vision. I think that's a very important aspect for him to improve on. In terms of physicality and creating chances, he's been doing well. I think that he can only go up from there. But yeah, definitely a decent match for Niang. Nothing extraordinary, but decent from Niang, I have to say. He missed last game against Palermo, so he hadn't played in a while as well. That's something you have to consider. But yeah, I think Niang had a decent match altogether once again. Bacca, this is a big talking point now, and I actually wanted to create a bit of a discussion between you guys. Gavin, I'm not Adamo. I just read the comments and I'm reading Adamo, are you sick? That is not me. I'm not Adamo. So anyways, getting back to Bacca, this is definitely a discussion that I want to speak about with you guys. I want your comments. I want your reactions about Bacca because I think the Milan fan base is pretty split up on his decision, whether he should be starting matches or not, or if he should be starting from the bench. In my opinion, Bacca has been giving a lot of chances. He's definitely had a very good start to the season, scoring that hat-trick there in the first game against Torino, scoring other goals between games and weeks. But he hasn't scored since October 2nd, just like I mentioned in the match preview. And that is a long, long time now. It's 6 weeks he hasn't scored, something like that. So, you can only give a certain player so many chances. Bacca, I believe he had all the chances in the world to prove that he should keep a starting position in Milan, yet he's not able to do much. He's not able to create. He's not able to get the ball himself. It seems like everyone has to work double as hard just to get the ball to him. And when the ball gets to him, he can't do anything with it. He can't control. He can't score anymore. I don't know what to make of him, to be honest, because I know Bacca is better than this. I have seen it from him. I've seen it from him at the beginning of the season. I've seen it from him last season. But to keep your starting position game after game with nothing to prove for it, to me, it makes completely no sense whatsoever. We saw Lapadula coming on today, and you can just see his grit, his pressure, his work ethic, what he wants to achieve. You can see it all as soon as he comes in. So I don't care what anyone says. Sure, you have your own opinion, but to tell me that Lapadula doesn't deserve the chance to start in games from now on is absolutely ridiculous. The guy works hard. I think that he could definitely get a lot of goals if he gets consistent playing time. There's no reason as to why Lapadula shouldn't be getting the start ahead of Bacca. Bacca hasn't been doing anything to prove it. And just because we paid 30 million for him and we paid 10 million for Lapadula or whatever it was, that cannot be a reason by itself as to why Bacca should be starting games. So, my opinion, Lapadula should get the start from now on, at least to see if he's worth it. Why not give him a chance? His work ethic, his desire is as strong as God knows what. Bacca, I'm not seeing it in him at the moment. So I think Bacca should be given a little timeout, reflect on what he's doing wrong, maybe. But definitely he needs to improve his game. If he doesn't improve it, in my opinion, he is gone. Maybe not in January, but at the end of the season, the new investors, they're going to be looking for someone else. And I know a lot of you are saying Belotti. That is the dream signing for me as well. What a guy. What a player Belotti is. And the fact that he's Italian on top of it just gives him more points in my behalf. But, yeah, we'll see what the investors do. But as for the moment, I say that Lapadula should be getting the start instead of Bacca. Let me know your thoughts on all that situation in the comments section below. Maybe, I don't know, we'll make a video regarding it just by itself. We'll see about that. But definitely, it's a big, big, big talking point of the Milan team at the moment. Who should start, Bacca or Lapadula? Finally, I wanted to talk about Suso, my man of the match today. That is for sure. Not only for his 2 goals, but what a signing and player Suso is for Milan. I think that he definitely deserved these 2 goals today. These 2 goals should have came a long time ago. Yes, he did score against Palermo last game. He's one of the most informed players for Milan so far. But overall, I just feel that Suso is just one of those players that gives just like Bonaventura, that click, that power to Milan to move forward and create chances. Without Suso, we have seen that we are very, very weak. I don't remember exactly what game it was. I think it was the game prior to the one against Palermo. Was it against Pescara? I'm not quite sure. Or Genoa. Yes, I think it was the game against Genoa where Suso did not start that game, and instead Montella started Honda. You could just tell the difference between the two players. I mean, you'll need a rocket scientist to obviously see the difference there, but is one of those players that needs to start every game. The vibe and everything that he shows for Milan is just exactly the type of player that Milan needs. Really happy for his 2 goals. He got another goal there last week against 2 weeks ago against Palermo. Another one against Napoli. I believe he's on 4 or 5 goals at the moment. But honestly, I was really, really happy with what he's shown today, and I'm pretty sure you can only go up from here. That is my match review, guys. It is time for you to send in your comments and questions on what you thought about Milan-Inter in the Derby della Madonnina today. Once again, 2-2 draw. Let me know. I will be answering your comments and questions in the next 5 to 10 minutes. So, yeah, let me know, guys. Send them in. I'll be reading them out. Loris says, on a scale from 1 to 10, how much are you disappointed with this outcome? I'm not disappointed 10 on 10, but definitely at least a 7 or 8 on 10. I say that I'm pretty disappointed. I think Milan had everything to win today. Yes, Inter had more control of the match. Yes, they created more chances. But to sit back in the last 15, 20 minutes is just inviting danger, in my opinion. I think Milan played with fire by using that tactic, and Montella knows better than that, in my opinion. He definitely will learn something from this outcome today. But you can't sit back in the last 15, 20 minutes inviting pressure from Inter, especially in the derby match. I think that Inter had their chances. That last goal could have went in, could have not went in, but it was still really risky to be playing with that type of tactic from Montella. Unfortunately, it ended up in a draw, but I have to take some positives from it. We can't just look at the negatives. This is definitely going to serve as a lesson to Montella and his players. Definitely the morale will be a bit down after this draw. The players are not going to be happy. The coach is not going to be happy. The fans are not happy. But, this is something that we need to learn to do better. I'm happy that we at least didn't lose this match. I'm happy that we got a draw. But this were 2 points lost. We could have passed Roma. We could have been in second place. But, unfortunately, this is not the case. What do you think Milan should do to move forward for this tie? Milan needs to forget about this tie, in my opinion, as soon as possible. I mean, yes, we learned a lesson, but we can't just focus on this tie. The season is still very, very long. We're playing against Empoli next week, a team that is not doing too well. However, they still have a lot of players that can make a difference. They are the least scoring team in the Serie A so far this season. So we just need to focus on getting as many wins as possible. Yes, this was a win in our books. It would have been our 9th win this season, but there's still a lot of games. Once again, I'm going to stress it. The important games to win are the ones against the bottom of the table teams. Those are the teams that we struggle against. I could take a tie against Inter. We won against Juventus. We won against Lazio. So we are doing okay against the top teams, I have to say. We need to do better against the bottom of the table teams. Yes, we beat Pescara. Yes, we beat Palermo. But we must focus and continue with this road. I think Milan's doing really well so far. Yes, Milan could shift position from week in to week out because we are still very, very tight with Roma, Lazio, Atalanta, Napoli. We are just all there in that big mix. And one week to another, we can go from second to fifth to sixth. We can go from anywhere, really. So hopefully Milan continue with this kind of results. We continue getting the wins because at the very moment, Milan cannot afford to slip up like we have seen today. And that is why 2 points more would have definitely gave Milan a big, big boost, knowing that the other opponents are very close to them in the standings. Who played the worst today? In my opinion today, I can't really give a player that's been playing bad, but I definitely said that certain players in the defense were really didn't orient themselves. They lost their positioning. They lost their man a lot of times, and that created a lot of chances that shouldn't have happened in the first place for Inter. So the defense needs to improve, that is for sure. 2 goals conceded today. I think we could have done better. The first goal, actually, from Inter, that was just incredible because, once again, this came from this attention from the defense. And I was talking about it with a few guys. Maybe it was a foul, maybe it wasn't. But why are you stopping to play? Why? The game is still going on. Tagliavinto didn't call the foul. You keep playing. That we really gave a goal away to Inter. The first goal was a giveaway because everyone stopped. Everyone was complaining to the ref. Inter was already in 6th gear, ready to take the shot, and that is what happened. I'm not taking anything away from Candreva's goal because that was a beautiful goal from Candreva. But the fact that Milan wasn't able to concentrate and keep their head into the game instead of speaking to the ref and telling him off or whatever the fuck it was, that to me is a big factor of not being able to concentrate properly. And we can't give away goals like that in a derby match. So maybe it was a foul, maybe it wasn't, but you keep on playing until the referee whistles. Wall says, Gio, assuming we were to win all the next games except against Roma, do you think we can make a title challenge? Well, obviously, I mean, if we win against every other team, we should be able. But that probably won't be the case because there's still a lot of games to be played. 25 games left, I believe. Yeah, 25 games left. So the season is still very, very long. That is why I say that any point, either lost or won, is crucial, especially at this point of the season. We need to get as many points as possible and make sure that we go to the Champions League next season. Do you think Calabria should get more starts? Abate is getting worse and worse. At an okay game, once again, lots of complaining from him. He needs to do less of that and focus more on the game. Definitely, he's not the player that he was a few years ago when we won the Scudetto. But yeah, Calabria is definitely a player that I would personally prefer. I said this many times on Rossoneri TV. But he's currently out on injury, and I'm not quite sure as if Montella will want to integrate him right away into the squad once he comes back. So we'll see what happens. Gio, question, if you were to remove any of the current Milan players in January or in the summer, who would they be? I think some players are pretty obvious, to be honest. Definitely Honda, Luis Adriano, Poli. Those are the main ones I will get rid of. But, I mean, that all depends on the interest from other teams, of course. If there's no interest and you're trying to sell players, it's like you're trying to buy something or sell something that no one wants. It's like you have an old jacket, ripped and torn, and you're trying to sell it for a price of $500. Would someone want to buy that? Obviously not. So that is the type of comparison that I'm trying to make with these players that everyone wants out, but no one wants them. So that is where it becomes difficult. Some people are surprised to hear Gio swear. Believe me, he ain't that pissed off yet. You guys are obviously new to the channel. There have been some videos in which I really swore a lot and I really got pissed off. So if you guys want to hear that, I'm not going to give you any links. Just go back in the videos and check those out for yourself. We need a center back, not because the Paletta-Romagnoli duo is bad, because if one of them gets injured, we are in trouble. And that is exactly what I've been mentioning, Loris, for God knows how long. The team lacks depth and problems. Romagnoli's out, we have a problem. Paletta's out, we have another problem. We can't rely on Gustavo Gomez to save our ass week in and week out if someone's injured. Zapata just came back from injury. He's still not match fit. He still hasn't played a match, so who in the hell of a world would just start Zapata in a crucial match like today? Obviously, we definitely need another center back. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today. Thank you all for joining me in this match review. Once again, 2-2 tie against Inter at the death. Perisic got the goal. There will be another video coming up soon on Rossoneri TV. It will be Adamo Ritaco's reaction to the game. So be sure to subscribe to Rossoneri TV to stay updated with everything going on at AC Milan. Many more videos will be coming off in December once we get closer to the transfer market, transfer window. So be sure to stay tuned to Rossoneri TV. Lots and lots of videos to come in the upcoming month. I'm sorry once again to not being able to make as many videos as I would like. Trust me, I'm trying to make videos, but time is not giving me that option. Really busy with courses and classes in these last 2-3 weeks. So, you know, it's going to be tough. I'll still be making the previews and the reviews, but once that is all done, expect a lot more on this channel. So once again, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later for another video. This has been Gio signing off, and as always, Forza Milan.